Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Friday morning, deputies with the Knox County Sheriff's Office reportedly received a call about a video posted to social media which included two people intentionally hurting a cat. After watching the video, deputies were able to figure out who one of the suspects was by his tattoos. 20-year-old Gabriel Messer of Barberville had already been arrested on Tuesday on criminal abuse of a juvenile charges and was still in jail. When questioned about his actions, Messer told police that the idea to stab the cat was from the other person in the video, a juvenile boy. He's being held in the Knox County Detention Center on a $5,500 cash bond. Police then interviewed the juvenile in the video who blamed Messer for the incident. He was arrested and taken to the Breathitt County Juvenile Detention Center. Police say more charges are possible in the case. Former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Noel's car collection is the latest target of state police warrants. You can see 7 cars and a utility vehicle being taken from this property road that Noel owns. State police would only say these seizures are related to the search warrants for tax evasion, fraud, official misconduct, and ghost employment. No charges have been filed against the former Clark County Sheriff. State police started seizing property on Wednesday, part of a public corruption investigation. Construction crews at the University of Kentucky have uncovered suspected century-old remains. UK Police Chief Joe Monroe says the remains were found at the Scott Street construction site Friday morning. Monroe says that finding bones in this area is not unusual, and the Fayette County coroner advised Monroe that the land may have been a burial ground in the past.
It's something that, over 30 years in my time here at the university, every day is different. So when you find stuff like this, thankfully it's something that's part of history, and you're able to see it and wonder what the story was for that person.
He says that due to the age of the bones, it's unlikely that the coroner will be able to identify who they belong to. The Fayette County coroner suspects the remains may be victims of cholera. There was a large outbreak in Lexington back in 1833. Historians say during a 2-month period, nearly 500 people died, mainly in the areas of Main, High, and Short Streets. They say unusually high temperatures and a vacant house where discarded organ meat was stored both contributed to the outbreak. Well, the last of the Country Music Highway tribute shows is tonight. WYMT's RJ Johnson was there to see how these shows have gone and what their plans are going forward.
Hundreds of people are expected to gather at the Mountain Art Center to celebrate the finale of the Country Music Highway tribute shows.
This is really an initiative that started last year as we were trying to figure out ways to celebrate this incredible asset, which is the Country Music Highway that goes from Greenup and Boyd County, all the way down to Letcher County.
COO of SOAR, Joshua Ball, says they are celebrating their hard work.
We found some consensus, we cast the vision, and we're here today celebrating the finale. We've been in Paintsville and we've been in Whitesburg for outdoor shows, but we've got music lined up for more than 8 hours today.
Saying their first shows turned into something bigger.
We knew early on we were onto something, and so we thought initially we would have an event with a few hours of music, and our 2 outdoor shows turned into festivals.
Which isn't what they had imagined. Ball thanks support from sponsors and partners such as county tourism conventions for their participation.
Everyone come together and really bought into this, and tonight we're going to be able to hand out more than $7,000 to deserving organizations that are supporting arts and music along the highway.
Ball says they have already begun planning for next year's show as they plan to go to the northern part of the Country Music Highway. In Prestonsburg, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
The event continues through the rest of the night with artists such as Kevin Dale, Beck in the Starlight Review, and closing the night with Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry. There's also a silent auction with the opportunity to win signed guitars from some big names. For more information on how to get some last-minute tickets, you can visit our website, WYMT.com.
Well, it's been a fairly nice day out there with temperatures a little bit warmer than they were yesterday. It was a very chilly morning out there. Temperatures in Pulaski County started out in the 50s this morning, low 50s at that. Buffalo Mountain low right now, 81 here in Perry County, and a lot of 80s across the region. 80, I'd say upper 70s to low up to mid 80s out there. Looks like the warm spot's Harlan at 84. Cooler spots, I see Wise at 77 and 78 Jackson, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, 79 there, and Moorhead. Everybody else looks to be in the 80s right now, except for I see 79 in Logan and 76 over in Grundy. A little bit cooler over that way in Southwest Virginia. It always is. Dew point's starting to climb, but not too bad just yet. Still in the 50s and low 60s, except for Monticello and Clintwood there, starting to climb up there a little bit. We're going to go into the low 60s, maybe some upper 50s in the sheltered valleys later tonight as we head into the overnight hours. But the big story comes tomorrow with the heat. Our first day of 90-degree temperatures will start on Sunday, and they'll go up along with those dew points all throughout next week. Keaton?
All right, thanks, Brandon. Tonight, we're learning more about a string of attempted break-ins that took place in Danville last night, leaving the community and Danville police searching for answers. Alyssa Williams spoke with some of the victims as well as police to get the latest on the investigation.
On Thursday night, Danville homeowner David Chenault says he was jolted awake after hearing a loud noise coming from outside his home.
And heard a thump, two big thumps, and came in the living room, turning all the lights on.
That's when Chenault says he noticed his front door was kicked in while a white SUV drove away from his home.
I was just angry, and I was highly upset.
Danville police say Chenault's home was one of 3 that was broken into Thursday night. Sergeant Aaron Rainwater says luckily the burglar was unable to get into Chenault's home, and as for the other 2 homeowners, their dogs scared the burglar away.
We've flooded that area with patrol units. We've done some foot beats, walking on foot. So hopefully with just the presence, the large presence we've given, that would hopefully help deter anything else from happening.
Sergeant Rainwater says a lot is still unknown about the person who is attempting to break into these homes, but they do believe that this person is a juvenile.
Now, the best thing to do is just be kind of aware of your surroundings and take precautions. Me, yeah, I got guns, and I'm gonna take protection.
In Danville, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Sergeant Rainwater says although break-ins like this are rare in the area, he advises everyone to keep their homes and vehicles locked and to utilize an alarm system if you have one. The 11th annual Alleyway Benefit Gospel Concert, Car Show, and Auction took place today at the Warfield Community Park in Martin County. Rick Alley, who started this event 11 years ago, says he did not start it to gain publicity, but to make a difference in someone's life. The event featured gospel music, food, and a car show, with people being able to buy a raffle ticket for a Blackstone grill, with proceeds going to help those in need in the community.
Great people that come out and help support this. Every year the singers come, they help out. And the best thing about it, the singers come and from far and wide and don't ask them not one dime. They come because they love what I'm doing.
Alley also says he does this for the people and never expects anything in return. And if he's able to impact just one life, then it's all worth it. Alley also plans to host the event again next year at Warfield Community Park. 7 veterans and their families gathered at Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College. The veterans were honored by receiving a Quilt of Valor. The Quilts of Valor are handmade quilts and given to those who have risked their lives protecting and surviving for their country. Orville Lawson says it's an honor to receive something that the volunteers have worked on so hard, and an honor to be there on behalf of those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Some of my classmates in school didn't even make it back home. It's just it's a privilege for me to stand here and speak on their behalf.
Lawson received the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star for his time of service. The Quilts of Valor started with 5 women, and has grown into over 11,000 volunteers. We'll be right back after this break.